Yeah guys, welcome back. Yeah, this video right here that I'm about to show you guys, you know, is an educational video. It's not about race, it's not about skin color. It's about, you know, just a growth video for a certain, geographic or whatever you want to call it. So just listen to this video and leave your comment and let me know your feedback.
For anybody out there who wants to build wealth, there is no greater opportunity in these next 10 years to do it, guys. From 2024 to 2034, there is going to be a tremendous amount of wealth that's going to be. I was reading an article where it said that only 8% of black men in the United States make over $100,000 a year. That's a lot of money, guys. I know it is. But compared to other groups of men, we're almost at the bottom of the ladder, the wealth ladder, the income ladder. And that's a problem. Because without income, you can't build wealth. Income is your number one tool to build wealth. Now, I also understand it's not how much you make. It's really about how much you keep. And then what you keep, how much of that do you multiply to create more money or to multiply money? That's the real question, right? But I still believe income is the key. Now, some of y'all might be saying, well, golly, man, what do you mean? You're talking about black men again. Well, I'm black and I'm a man. And I get a lot of emails from black men, right? I have a YouTube channel. You see what I look like. They see what I talk about and they email me. So I get a bunch of emails from black men. Now I get emails from other people too, but majority of the emails I get are from black men. And they ask a question that's very similar. Richard, how can I build wealth? So I want to make this video to give you three options when it comes to building your wealth. But before we get into those options, let's talk a little bit more about income, because like I said, income is your number one tool to build wealth. And there's no reason why, guys, you shouldn't be maximizing the amount of income you make. One thing I also know about black families or black people in general here in America, we're going to spend about $2 trillion in 2024. That's our purchasing power. But yet and still, we control 3% of the wealth in this country. The math ain't mathing, guys. You know what that tells me? That tells me we make good money, we just don't keep any of it. And we don't multiply any of it. We've taken that $2 trillion in spending power or purchasing power, and we're making somebody else wealthy. So income is the number one key to build wealth. If you're not happy with your income, then there's some things you can do. First thing you can do is take a look at your skill set. Guys, if you got a $30,000 skill set, the market is going to pay you $30,000. If you got a $100,000 skill set, the market will pay you $100,000. So look at your skill set and then figure out, do I have a skill set that dictates I make $100,000 a year? Because see, the market is only going to pay you what value you bring to the market. If you bring $30,000 worth of value to the market, they're only going to pay you $30,000. You bring $100,000 worth of value to the market, they pay you $100,000. So number one you want to do is evaluate your skill set to make sure the skill set you currently have is maximizing your earning potential. If it's not, you need to work on increasing your skill set, right? Second thing I want you to do is think about side hustles. Let's say you have a primary income and you love your work that you do, but it's not going to pay you a gazillion dollars. Let's say it's only going to pay you 50 grand a year. What do you do to get to that 100 grand? Then you go out and build you some side hustles to make you an additional 50 grand so you can get to $100,000 a year. I like that number of $100,000 a year because when I was working, that's the number I wanted to achieve. I wanted that six-figure number. My point is this. make as much income, guys, as you can. And then what you need to do with it is keep it and then multiply it. We want to talk about three scenarios. One will be $1,000, one will be $3,000, and then one will be $5,000. The first option, which is $1,000 a month, let's say you're a 25-year-old and you say, hey, Richard, at 50 years old, I want to be free. I want to work and invest for 25 years, and I want to get to be a millionaire, and then I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of my life. How do I do that? Well, you take $1,000 a month and you put it in something like an S&P 500 ETF that tracks the S&P 500 index. Now, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just for illustration purposes only. This is just for entertainment value only. But history tells us if I can take $1,000 a month, get a 10% rate of return in something like an S&P 500 ETF, and I do that over the next 25 years, I'm going to have $1 million. Now that, in my opinion, is the conservative approach. Nothing wrong with that approach. That's the approach I did. I was 26 years old and I said by the time I'm 50, I want to be a multimillionaire and I want to be done. Now, if you want to step it up and take a little bit more faster approach, take $3,000 a month. Take $3,000 a month over the next 10 years with an average rate of return of 10%, you'll have about $600,000 in your nest egg. Now, you won't quite be to $1 million, but you'll have over $600,000 to keep building on over the next 5 or 10 years. That's a good approach as well. It's going to require $3,000 a month. Where do I get that money from? Well, you're going to get it from your skill set. You're going to get it from your side hustles, because you're not going to be taking any of your money that you're earning and spending it on things that don't put money in your pocket, guys. That's our Achilles heel as black men and as black people in America. Our Achilles heel is we take our money and we spend it on things that don't build wealth. That's why we only control 3% of the wealth in this country. So now here's another approach. The third approach, or the third option, is take $5,000 a month over the next 10 years at a 10% rate of return on average, and you'll have over $1 million in 10 years. That's $60,000 a year you'd be investing, though, compared to $36,000 or $12,000 in the two first scenarios. And that's aggressive. That's for somebody that says, you know something, over these next 10 years, I'm going to delay gratification. I'm going to give up all this material crap, and I'm going to focus on earning and taking every dime I earn and investing it in assets that'll get me at least a 10% rate of return. You do that, you'll be a millionaire in 10 years. We can do this, guys. For anybody out there who wants to build wealth, there is no greater opportunity in these next 10 years to do it, guys. From 2024 to 2034, there is going to be a